Hey folks, welcome back to Selenium WebDriver series. In this video, let's talk about how we can handle the date pickers. So before we begin, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. In certain application, you might have noticed, even in travel applications, you can select the date from this calendar. Okay, on click of this, you will get the calendar, and from here you can select the date. And also, if you want to select the future date, click on this and then you can click on this icon and then you can select the future date also. So this is how we manually do it. When it comes to automation, what we will do is we will have to apply some logic here. So first we will start by creating a new class. Let's see, date pickers, finish. Okay, and let's uh, just launch this page and then import this Chrome driver. Okay. So there are two ways with which we can enter the date into the input box. First way. First we will directly enter value to the date picker. Okay. How means if you notice, I can enter this manually also. I can enter the date manually also, correct? So, but the format, if you notice, it is in MMDDYYYY format. So month, date, and then year format. How we can handle is just identify that text box, whatever input box we have here, just identify it first. So this is having ID and also class. We can use ID directly. So on, let's say using this ID, we can use the send keys method and then we can enter the value. What we are going to do is just driver dot find element, okay, by dot ID and then pass this ID dot send keys and you have to send it in MMDDYY format. Let's say 05 0 18 and then 2027. Okay, I want to select some future date. So just this much. You can directly enter the value to the field. Let's run this. So yeah, you can notice that it entered the future value, whatever we sent in the send keys method. But suppose if you have multiple, here if you see, you have multiple options like that, multiple date pickers. Okay, so you cannot directly depend on dates directly. Some cases, in that case, you can write one single method and which you can reuse throughout your application. Correct. So for that, what we have to do is first thing is we have to click on this. So we will get this calendar. And if you notice the pattern, here we have May 2025. So which means that it is showing the current uh, month and then year. Correct. So what we will do is we will first inspect these. And if you see, if you just inspect, here you will get for month, it is a different locator. And then for date, it is a different locator, which means there are two different elements for that. Okay. So what we'll do is first we will find this how, let's say, pan at the rate class is equal to enter the class. Okay. So first we will identify the month and then year, and then we will capture the current month and year, and then based on that we will see whether the date whatever the user input is provided is matching or not, and then we will click on this next button or previous button based on the value, and then that's how you can perform the next click actions. First, what we will do is first we will try to identify the month and then year first. Okay, based on that, later we will understand how we can click on this date. Okay, first what we will do is second method. So for this, we'll say is using select date using date picker calendar. Okay. So first we have to click on this date picker first. So let's copy and then we will click on it. Now the calendar will be visible after click on this. But if you notice here, you don't know how many times you have to click. Suppose if I have given some date in 2028 or 2029, which is future. So I don't know how many number of times I have to click on this button. Correct. For that, what we will do is we will use the while loop. Until the condition becomes true, this while loop will execute. So what we will do is first we will here, first what we'll do is we'll have the value for the dates. Month, let's say month is 07. Okay. String. This is in string format. dt date is equal to, let's give some 27. Okay. And then string year yy is equal to, let's give 2027. Okay. And now we will create the while loop. So while until this condition becomes true, you execute this piece of code. So that is what we are telling. So, but to execute that, first we have to grab the current month and then current year. Based on that, we can decide whether it is matching to this value or not, correct? So for that, first we will grab the current month and then the current year's path. First is we got this. Let's copy. So let's say string present month is equal to driver dot find element by dot x path, and let's give the x path. And from here, first we will get the text. To compare, we need to get a text, correct? So we will get the text of the current month and then string present year also we will take. Means whatever on click of this calendar, whatever month and then year it shows up, that is what we are going to capture. Okay. So and it remains same across, right? So this is the one which is for year. Okay. Let's copy this and then driver dot find element. So y dot x path, and let's copy paste this dot get text. Okay. So we captured present month and present year first. Now what we are going to do is we will compare whether this present month and present year is equal to the value whatever is provided here. Okay, in the string format. So for that we will give an if loop, if sorry if condition, if present month dot equals Is it equal to the month whatever is provided? And also we will compare with the present year dot equals YY. Okay. We will first compare whether the value whatever is present in the present month is equal to the present value or not. If it is present, okay, then we have to break this condition. And what we have to do is next is we have to click on the next icon. I'll explain you furthermore. I know it is quite confusing now. So if you just notice here we have the same thing class. We will replace this span only it is having. Okay, let's copy. Okay, and let's click on this driver dot find element y dot x path and then put this x path dot click. Basically, what happens is it will compare whether present month, let's say present month is May, okay, and then present year is 2025. Okay, it will compare whether May is equal to what is provided here. Okay, this should be something like this May, June, July. Okay, is it equal to July? Compares. No. And it will again check, and also it will check whether the present year, year 2025 is equal to 2027. No. So it won't come into this loop. So it will keep on clicking on this next icon. Okay. So once the condition meets, and as soon as it clicks the next, again it compares. Okay. So, and once it reaches a condition where it becomes July, it clicks until it is July and then 2027. Okay. Once it reaches this condition, at that time this is equal to this value. Present month July is equal to whatever is present here, July, and then present year whatever 2027 is equal to 2027. At that time, it will break this condition, it will come out. Okay. So that is how we will be able to click on this you know next upcoming months or upcoming year. So let's execute this and see whether we are able to select the future date. Can you see? It's selected July 2027. We have not we are not clicking on any of this date right now. So we are just considering only this value, July 2027. So that is what we have provided, correct? July 2027. So that is how you will be able to select a month and then year. Now let's talk about how we can select the date. Okay. So for that, let's write a for loop. So before that, first we have to identify the date pickers. Let's close this. Okay. Let's say if I want to select 14, then I can directly go and then click on this and I can select the date, correct? But in general, if you want to select some other date apart from 14 also, at that time you cannot hard code it, correct? So for that, first we will identify this whole. Okay. First we will identify this whole. How? See, this is the date picker calendar. Let's write this table and then class is equal to, let's put the date picker calendar. So the under this calendar we have t body Okay, and under T body we have TR, and under that we have TD, correct? So for that, T body, okay, and then TR, okay, under this we have TD, correct? So TD, in the sense, it is identified, this is in table format if you notice. So all these are in table format. Okay, if you highlight this, it is highlighting all the icons, correct? Each one of this icon, table, table data, correct? But I want specific element here, so which is having, if you inspect this, you can see it is in a anchor tag, correct? So just enter anchor. So it will return the exact number of links that are there in this table under the class UI date picker calendar T body, and under that TR, and under that TD, and under that A. So this is how you will be able to identify all these elements which are present here. Okay, let's copy this. Let's see, driver dot find element y dot path. So this is the x path, and we will store this in, this is of type web element. Since this is web elements, we have to store it in list. Okay, list of web elements, web element. Okay, let's say date, and we will import this. So now we have to loop through, we have to write it in this, in the for loop. We will check whatever the value that we have given for each of the element, whether it is matching to the value whatever we have provided here. Okay, so for that, what we will do is, for, let's say, web element, it is of type web element, right? A date of date. So it will start comparing with this dates whatever we have captured. Okay, if here we will have to again check whether if the date whatever we have, okay, dot get text, we have to get the text of a particular date, and if it is equals to, okay, if it is equals to whatever dd value which we have here. Okay, if so, if the value of the date, since it captures each of the value and then it will compare with the value whatever we have given here, if it is so, we have to click on that date, correct? We have to click on the date and then break this condition, semicolon, yeah, and break this. So let's run this and see. Now we should be able to select the month, year, and then date as well. Let's run this. Can you see? It selected 07/27/2027, whatever the value which we provided it here. Okay. In the same way, you can use the previous button, okay, and then select the previous date also. The same logic will work. And also you can put it in one method and then you can reuse this method again and again. Okay. So this is how you'll be able to click or select the value from the calendar directly. Okay. So hope you understood how we are doing this date selection. So basically, we captured the current month and then year. Okay, and we compared it with the value whatever we have provided here. If it matches, then we are selecting it. Okay, and then we are coming out of the loop. So this is how you can utilize this while loop and for loop to select a month and then year, and then for loop for date picking. Okay, hopefully you learned how we can pick the date from the date picker. If you have liked this video, please do like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.